We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Wednesday, May 17th. I'm Brad Locke. You can catch Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. You can watch it on djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. We're going to take a quick look at news, sports, and weather for Northeast Mississippi. We'll start with the weather forecast for today. We're going to have partly cloudy skies, a high of 89 degrees, a low of 68. 10% chance of rain. The 3-day outlook going to stay warm. Thursday, partly cloudy, high of 88, low of 69, 20% chance of rain. Friday, partly cloudy again, high of 91, low of 68, 20% chance of rain. Saturday, partly cloudy skies, high of 90, low of 69, and once again, a 20% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from the Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Wednesday. Federal officials will not bring charges against Tupelo police officer Tyler Cook over last year's shooting of Antoine Ronnie Shumpert. In a written statement, federal authorities said the decision came following, quote, a comprehensive independent review of the circumstances related to Shumpert's death. This review was conducted by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Mississippi, the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division, and the FBI. In a press statement issued by the Justice Department on Tuesday, these federal law enforcement agencies determined that the evidence is insufficient to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Cook violated federal civil rights laws. The family of Shumpert continues to press a wrongful death civil suit against Cook and the city of Tupelo. Cook shot Shumpert last June after a traffic stop. Cook said he shot Shumpert after being attacked and punched in the face several times. A Lee County grand jury chose not to bring any criminal charges against Cook last year. A cat looking for dinner got a huge jolt of electricity instead, plunging much of Tupelo into darkness Monday night. The mass power outage occurred around 9:30 p.m. According to Johnny Timmons, director of Tupelo Water and Light, a cat hunting a bird ran afoul of what's called a disconnect switch in a substation located near the Highway 45 interchange at East Main Street. Timmons said the cat's feet were grounded when he reached for the bird, but instead got hit with 46,000 volts of electricity. Triggering the disconnect switch caused a chain reaction that took down other substations and caused South and West Tupelo to go dark. It took work crews approximately 1 hour to restore power, and while it was an inconvenience for many, Timmons said he did hear from some people that they enjoyed being able to see the stars. Ground was broken Tuesday as the Salvation Army began work on a new homeless shelter in Tupelo. By next May, the Jim Ingram Red Shield Lodge will be open, and the entire 37-year-old complex will have been renovated. The lodge will have separate dormitories for 25 men and 20 women, plus it will feature 5 apartments where families will be able to stay together. And once the new shelter is completed, the current 2-dorm shelter will be reconfigured into 2 more family-style apartments. The project dates back to 2014 when a study determined the Salvation Army shelter needed to expand in order to accommodate needs. Jack Reed Jr. and other local businessmen raised $2.4 million through a capital campaign to fully fund the project. The new shelter is named after former businessman and National Guard General Jim Ingram, who was instrumental in bringing the Salvation Army to Tupelo. And in sports, Tupelo's quest to end its state championship drought in baseball continues today. The Golden Wave will face Gulfport at 7 p.m. in Game 1 of the Class 6A state title series. It's been 24 years since Tupelo hoisted the trophy, and Coach Justin Reed said his team is probably considered the underdog this week in Pearl. Gulfport has belted 28 home runs in 32 games this year, while Tupelo has just 11 in 33 games. But the Wave is hitting .323 as a team compared to .295 for the Admirals. And THS has a strong pitching staff led by Jackson Bridges, who has a 9-3 record. Game 2 of the best-of-3 series is scheduled for Thursday. Also today, East Union opens its 2A series against Lloyd Star at 1 p.m., while Corinth faces West Lauderdale at 4 p.m. That does it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. We do want to remind you to check out a couple of the podcasts we produce here at the Daily Journal. We've got The Memo, all things Northeast Mississippi, news and entertainment with myself and W. Derek Russell. New episodes every Wednesday and Friday, so look for a new episode later today in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at memo.djournal.com. Also today, look for a new episode of Prep Rally, a high school sports podcast with myself and Gene Phelps, coming to you every Wednesday in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at preprally.djournal.com. All the stories I talked about today you can find in your Daily Journal or at djournal.com. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at djournalnow. Give our Facebook page a like as well. And that does it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. I'm Brad Locke. We'll see you next time.